Kip grasped the wrought iron bars of the school's gates with his black furred fingers and pushed his fox's nose. In bright daylight the white tower earned its name, but today's cloud-covered darkened the ancient stones and showed the moss and the cracks. It might well be a Roman ruin if not for the still complete walls and crenellation around the roof. To the left stood a large canvas pavilion, with another barely visible behind it. A stone path cut through the grassy lawn, and beyond those was a small orchard, all of it safe behind the barred gate. The fox's eyes dropped to the figure standing 2 feet behind the gate, an olive-skinned young man with short hair as coal-black as his eyes. "You have to let us in," he cried. The young man folded his arms over his tan cotton tunic and looked back at Kip with a half-smile that might have held regret or amusement, or both. "I was told to admit any young men who wished to apply for admission to Prince George's College of Sorcery," he said. "And while I am sure it would cause the sorcerers great consternation were I to open the gates to admit a fox Calatian," he gestured to Kip, and then dipped his slender hand toward Kip's companion, "and an otter Calatian, neither of you is technically a man. I am sadly bound by the direct order I was given." "We are men," Kip protested. "Aye," Coppy the otter said from behind Kip. Where Kip talked with a Massachusetts brogue, Coppy's accent betrayed his London birthplace. "Should you like, we can pull our trousers down and prove it." The young man's smile did not falter. "There's no need to expose what's under your clothes when the proof of your inhumanity swings freely outside of them." Kip turned and looked back at his father. His tail, a long russet brush with a white tip, swept from side to side with his agitation. "You said Master Venditti approved me." "So he did." Max Penfold, Kip's father, stepped up to the gate. Only in the past 2 years had Kip caught up to his father's height, but his father stood broader across the shoulders, and where Kip's large triangular ears were a pure coal-black, his father's were edged with grey. "Please summon Master Vendis, and he will order us admitted." "Summon him yourself," the young man said. "My orders are to only open the gates and show applicants to the Master of Admissions." "Just go back into the tower for 5 minutes." Kip smacked the heel of his paw against the iron, but not hard. Though he had 4 fingers and a thumb, his fingers were tipped with claws rather than fingernails, and the heel was covered with a thick leather pad, not fur like the soft skin of a human hand. His father placed a paw over his. "He doesn't need to go inside," he said. "Look at his feet, Kip." The bare feet of the young man hovered 2 inches above the neatly trimmed damp grass. The young fox's breath caught. "He's under a spell?" "He's a demon," Max said. Kip stared. He breathed in, trying to catch any scent, but the slight breeze blew from him toward the demon. His nose did tickle as if he were smelling peppermint oil, but without the mint, just a cold tingle in the tips of his nostrils. The young man inclined his head to the older fox. "Then you understand that I am bound by my order?" "Yes," Max said. "And you understand that Master Patrice will be quite put out by my son's application?" The demon smiled, showing preternaturally white teeth. "As enticing as that prospect is, your Master Vendis will also likely be pleased by it, balancing out the annoyance." "I would wager that more sorcerers would be put out." Max exhaled as the young man shook his head. "Let us try another tack. One moment." "God's wounds!" Kip swore and smacked the gate again. "But Master Vendis promised." "Easy to promise, hard to deliver." Coppy looked up at the taller foxes. "Calm down." Max raised a paw, emerging from his brief study, and addressed